I'm in conference with my Secretary of State.
Yes, sir.
If Humphreys caught me in these clothes, I'd never hear the end. One of the servants.
Don't they approve of democracy?
No. Come.
Pumper, Matt, pumper.
Hamilton wants his horse saddled right off.
Is he leaving his party so soon?
Yep.
Well, they ain't hardly started a belching yet.
Fire's getting cold, Matt.
I'm a pumping.
Says he wants her saddled right off. We heard you. Look, I'm only telling you what he...
All right.
Yeah. Kind of touchy, you two today, ain't you?
Standing by listening to that Tory talk out there. Gets me mad.
Saddle on, Matt.
All right. Bragging about the millions they made in paper money. I keep thinking about my sister.
And me. Don't forget me. $300 right out of me pocket.
Know what one was a-saying? President ain't a good enough title for the head of the United States. Says there are presidents of cricket clubs and fire companies.
Well, what the hell do they want? Royal Highness?
That's it.
Do you mean that?
That's what they said. Cripe's sake.
Afternoon, sir.
Well, afternoon, Matt. Jemmy, you tell my children they're to write me more often, will you?
I'll do that.
I want to hear about everything at Monticello, from Patsy to Grizzle.
Who's Grizzle?
It's our pet pig.
Afternoon, Mr. Jefferson.
How are you today, Jacob?
Midland. I forged them fittings you ordered. They're over there on the tool bench.
Oh, fine.
Well, Smith, my horse is limping.
Sprunk his shoe?
Think so.
Find out for you in a minute.
Give my nag a good going over, too, would you, Smith? I'm off on a long journey.
Oh, where to, Mr. Madison?
Home.
Virginia.
Ah, nice weather.
Ideal.
The lilacs will be in full bloom, the golden willows, and the almond trees.
Not so early.
Oh, yes, in Virginia.
Is that so?
Festive crowd out there.
Some of Colonel Hamilton's friends giving him a party.
Celebrating the passage of his bill, I suppose.
Yep.
Yes. Now, James.
Well, plague on it, Mr. Jefferson. I have to agree with Mr. Jefferson. Ad necessitatis rei.
No matter how many fine Latin names you call it, a pig is a pig.
This was the lesser of two evils.
You honestly think so?
I do, yes.
And you, Mr. Jefferson?
I don't know. I hope so.
You've seen the newspapers, of course.
Yes, I've seen them.
Wants a feeding, your mare does. She's asking for it.
All right, give us some oats, please.
Senator Monroe?
Yes, it's her dinner time.
Mr. Jefferson.
Well, I've fed my horse already, thank you, Matt. A couple of carrots, though, so he doesn't feel neglected.
Got some in the kitchen.
You sprung it all right.
Did.
Uh-huh.
Well, sure, at once, will you, Smith?
Yes, sir.
You've done an excellent job on these.
Are they all right?
They're good. You know your craft.
Ought to. 20 years of doing it. Making another one of your inventions, are you?
A convenience.
What is it this time?
It's a sort of closet on pulleys that runs from the kitchen to the dining room. Brings up the food hot and the wine cold right in, without people running up and down stairs.
What do you call this here invention?
A dumb waiter.
A dumbwaiter? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A dumbwaiter. So that's pretty good.
Jacob,
Yep.
I need your advice.
About what?
This money bill that we've just passed.
Oh?
What do you think of it?
Don't like it much.
You don't?
Nope.
Because of the speculators?
Yep.
I see. Still, it's done the country considerable good.
Maybe.
What do your neighbors think about it, generally?
They don't like it much.
I see.
That'll get. He's waiting.
Tell Mr. Jefferson, Ned, he's asking about the money bill.
It's a blood-sucking swindle, Mr. Jefferson. Look at my sister. Her husband was killed at the Battle of Saratoga. Left her 2 little ones and some paper money they gave him. Now, she's been saving that for years. 2 months ago, the speculators told her it'd be years before it was worth anything, if ever. Got her to sell it for $40. $600 worth. And they got Jacob's savings, too.
They did?
900.
From the Revolution. His pay.
Now, that ain't what we fit the Revolution for.
No.
I tell you, it's getting time we got up on.
Is my horse ready, Jacob? Mr. Jefferson, I thought I saw you in the courtyard. I have some very good reports for you.
Matt, she's ready. Your horse is ready, Colonel Hamilton.
Thank you. Fine day, Jacob.
Yep.
Well, he's a bit sour, isn't he? Liver?
Speculators.
Jacob? A shame.
And Matt. And the potboy.
Why didn't they hold on to their paper?
Apparently they did for almost 7 years.
It's too bad. They should have had more faith in their government.
They had no way of knowing the bill was about to redeem that paper. I'm very disturbed by this.
You are?
Very. Apparently a handful of speculators, many of them in high places, have taken advantage of their knowledge of this bill to feather their own nests.
Now, don't paint it worse than it is.
There's been a good deal of bitter talk.
The Treasury can't ask every man who presents a paper note how he came by it. At least, in this way, these people received something.
There must have been some way to avert this speculation.
Now, look here, I don't quite understand your attitude. If we're going to develop this country, we've got to create great personal fortunes. Those men out there are building manufactories and industry. They're building America.
Well, good. Let's encourage them, but not at the expense of the people.
You and Madison. The people whisper, you tremble.
Well, that's as it should be, isn't it?
I think this country's only hope now lies in a moneyed aristocracy to protect it from the indiscretions of the people.
And this bill is to lay the foundation for such an aristocracy?
Exactly.
I wasn't aware of that. You said nothing of that to me. I'll be quite honest with you. I regret that I've been made a party to your bill.
Made? Made, you say? You've been in politics 21 years. Don't you play the innocent with me? Are you dissatisfied with your bargain? Is that it?
Bargain?
The capital of the nation is going to your state, not mine.
For God's sake.
Frankly, these alarms smell of hypocrisy. 1 minute you say you know nothing of Treasury matters, and the next you set yourself up as an authority.
What do you suggest, Colonel? Should we scrap the Constitution at once?
The Constitution?
You supported it?
I had no choice. I could not stand by and see this country go down in convulsions of anarchy. I must confess, it is my opinion that this government won't last 5 years. However, since we've undertaken this experiment, I'm for giving it a fair trial. But be certain of this. While it lasts, it will be an aristocratic republic. Any man who wants a democracy, let him proceed to the confines of some other government. Good day, gentlemen.
I apologize. I was wrong. Forgive me, Jemmy. I should never have asked you to compromise.
We can't escape it, Tom. He's trying to administer the Constitution into something it was never intended to be.
I have a statement from a man who swears that Hamilton gave him money out of the public treasury to speculate with.
Don't believe it.
There are also some letters in Hamilton's hand.
Don't believe it. He's personally honest. I'll vouch for that.
Will you at least confront him with these letters?
I can't.
Why not?
Oh, for God's sake, James. Fight fire with fire. I'm no salamander. Fire is not my element.
His bill has made the fortunes of half the prominent men in the Federalist Party. It's a ring he's put through their nose. And it's clear enough, God knows where he intends to lead them. You can't allow that. You've got to fight him. You've got to wrest the leadership of the Federalist Party away from him.
If there's one thing that makes me sick to death, it's the whole spirit of party politics. James, if the only way that